Right, here we are, Patty, episode 13.
13.
Max
Wow.
Verstappen using a fake name to secretly test a Ferrari at the Nurburgring.
Yeah, and we start out with the best story of them all.
It was
I was hoping his name would be Ron Mexico.
Ron Mexico. That is a name I haven't heard in a while.
That's a deep cut there.
That is a deep ass cut. You know they stopped allowing you to buy Ron Mexico Falcons jerseys for a while.
No.
Yeah, it was a sad day.
Well, that was their detriment, really.
Yeah, they really should have allowed it.
Well, unlike Michael Vick, Max was not trying to hide the fact that he had herpes.
Max wasn't spreading VD around.
No, he's clean as a whistle. But
Yeah.
what he was doing was showing up to the Nurburgring in a fucking 296 GT3 car. And from what I read, he put the name on there so he wouldn't be swarmed with people at 8 a.m. and ruin the track day for everybody else.
Yeah. He was pulling a Maritza.
Yeah, he was Maritzoing.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Franz Hermann.
confirmed. I think it's confirmed now that Franz Hermann went out there on a semi-public track day in not the best conditions with heavy fuel and set a lap record.
Yeah, it was. There was traffic out there.
Yeah. So he set a lap record in traffic with heavy fuel as Franz Hermann.
Yeah, it was Viva Ron Mexico.
Now, I don't know what this lap record is based on. What was his time?
7:56 it says, which
Okay.
is not super fast.
No.
So I'm
So I don't know what the record is based on. It's not.
I mean, a Civic
Street
Type
cars.
a Civic Type R does it in 7:39, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I've always been confused by that as well. Since this story broke, I was like, what record?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I
what
think I
record
can do
it
a
is.
756 in that car.
I do that time in a van.
I tell you something, I do that lap time in a van.
Yeah, I mean, Type R does that time, so
Yeah.
except for
I
20
don't-
seconds faster. So I'm not
But
sure.
the Lord of the Nurburgring, Misha Sharudan, was the one who sort of broke the story because he was there.
He spotted him.
Yeah. So I don't, and he said, that he set a record. So I don't know what record it is. What is the record? Is it like the fastest lap done on a public day or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard talk about records as well, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't understand. It's just interesting that Max is out here testing Ferraris under a fake name.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, it's in Red Bull livery though, huh?
Yeah, it was a fucking dead giveaway.
Yeah, Franz Hermann.
This is the new guy.
It's the German Mike
It's
Honcho.
like
It was weird. I mean, you probably didn't hear about it because I went under the name of Mike Honcho.
it's like it's like undercover boss. He comes in there with like a fake mustache on and a wig.
Look, Ricky, I just wanted you to know that I pulled my butt apart as Mike Honcho. So they're doing a new Fiat 500 with a stick shift and a hybrid powertrain. As far as I know, there
With a
hasn't.
freaking manual transmission, as it says.
Yeah, as far as I know, there hasn't been a production hybrid with a stick shift since like the Honda Insight.
Yeah,
So I don't know what they're thinking here, but I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
Huh. So there's a new fully electric 500 out already,
There
right?
is. Yep.
Okay, so this one will be based on that one, but it's going to have a gas engine.
Correct. A triple, I'm sure. Yeah, 1 liter.
There's the new 500, the new 500e, which I think was it only a Barth? I don't know. There was a cool one that came out. And it looks fantastic, just like the old one.
Right.
But, of course it's all electric, so you sort of just put your foot down and go.
Yeah.
But it was also massively expensive.
Yeah, it was pretty expensive, had an extremely short range. At least it was fairly light for an electric vehicle. Who knows what this one will weigh, but I imagine it'll be probably pretty reasonable.
But, silver lining, now you can get an original 500e for like $300 and a Slim Jim.
For a 4 Loco and $20.
Yeah, for our first gen. They're nearly scrap at this point, and they're great cars.
Have they sold any on Cars and Bids, I wonder? There's one live right now for $2,300.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, 6,600, 8,000, 6,500, 6,800. The problem is you can almost get an Abarth for that, so.
Look, they all try to make them look like Abarths.
Yeah.
Like maybe the whoever's bidding won't look at the listing.
they're hoping they just click bid.
What? It's an Abarth. Abarths are no more.
Yeah, you can get an Abarth for $5,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think.
What do the back seats look like in those pigs?
How big are your children?
They're pretty small.
Okay, then it should be fine then.
They fit in the back of an Alfa Romeo.
The only pictures they have of it are from the rear, so that if that tells you anything. Oh, they fold down though. Look, this would be a pretty spacious cargo area.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy me one of these at some point.
Yeah, dude. $5,000. I didn't know they were that cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
That's amazing.
You're not gonna find anything else more fun for $5,000.
No chance.
No chance. All right.
And they look so cool too.
Yeah.
And they have so much character, and they're Italian.
Yeah, and they're Italian. And the Chinese are basically building an Italian car that's 429 horsepower, 3,000 pounds, all electric, and even after you put the Biden era 100% tariffs on this bad boy, it's still going to be like, yeah, it says 32,000, but
Biden era.
they are Biden era tariffs. 31.9. So even with 100% tariff, which is a Biden era tariff, this isn't the tariffs that everyone's talking about. These are old tariffs.
Oh. I don't know shit about tariffs. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Biden put 100% tariffs on Chinese cars because he knew that they'd put us out of business if.
Oh yeah, sure. I remember that.
Yeah. So 64 grand. That's what you're looking at here for these with tariffs, if they decided to sell them in America. Which, honestly, it might actually be the first Chinese car that could sell with the 100% tariff.
I mean, it looks fantastic.
It looks awesome. It weighs 3,000 pounds. It's got 429 horsepower. It's supposed to handle really well. It's got like a look at the chassis on this thing. It's got inboard suspension.
Unfortunately, there's probably a massive pack of batteries under there somewhere, which kind of makes it not as cool as a Miata, unfortunately.
Not as cool as a Miata, but it does get the weight down low, and, I'm sure this thing is stiff as a board with all that crazy chassis all over it. I mean,
you'd say that about all EVs. I mean, people that are going to buy this kind of car aren't going to buy this kind of car until they have to.
Right, but this is the first kind of this car. There's nothing like this right now.
Yeah, well, there's other ones in China. There's that MG
in China,
that Doug reviewed.
Yeah. I'm saying in the world where this sells in the U.S., what else is there like this? I mean, this
electric
light
sports cars. We don't have any.
Yeah, this light, this powerful, small, sporty, stiff chassis. I mean, I know you can get a Tesla.
Looks like that.
I know you can get a Tesla with way more power, but I mean, come on.
Man, it does look awesome. It looks like a Stratos.
Yeah, it looks like a Stratos, and look at the chassis on this thing. It's like a NASCAR.
There's no way they're making that for 30 grand.
It's got
Look at that.
It's got push rod suspension in the rear.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. That's not common. That's not happening.
0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which I know isn't that crazy for electric cars, but you know.
Yeah, that's a standard. That's a family SUV electric car,
Yeah.
but
In China, they're selling it for under 32 grand. That is that's a Camry and not a well-equipped one.
well, there's a reason that Porsche was pretty much ready to sell that electric Cayman, and then they were like, nah, because that would have been this, but global, but 1,000 times better. And they were like, this is going to be a fucking disaster, and we're not going to do it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I understand why it's not going to happen, but, you know, a boy can dream. It'd be a step in the right direction for electric cars. Speaking of
for sure.
Speaking of a step in the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah. So back to our... What was the story? How many of them had been recalled?
28,000.
28,000.
Well, like 1 million have been recalled, but
yeah,
it was after 28,000 failures. And yeah, this was... This has always been the story with these, is that, you know, if your engine has not failed yet, and you bring it in for the recall, and they take a look at it, and they say that nothing is wrong, which...
Looks good to me, Bob.
Well, yeah, originally it was just the rod bearing, so, you know, you can kind of just drop the sump and inspect the rod bearings that way. But, you know, now we know that it's way more than just the rod bearings. It's like, you know, missing wrist pins and stuff like that, which you really can't inspect from the bottom end. Maybe you can stick a little, one of those little bore scope kind of things up there and make sure the rod pins or the wrist pins are present.
Which most dealers are not doing.
They are not doing. No. What they're doing is they're changing out your oil from the manufacturer recommended 0W20 to the 0W40.
We put OW40 in it for you.
Yeah, so they just put Mercedes thick ass oil in there and call it a day, buddy. And I imagine your typical warranty is still gonna hold. So if you've got one of these engines and you go in for the inspection, they say it's okay, and they put this new oil in there, you still have your warranty. You're gonna lose some fuel economy, of course. I can't imagine it's much than, you know, more than a mile per gallon or whatever.
But so their car was recalled.
Yes.
They went in for the fix.
Yes.
And they did an oil change.
Yes.
and then you come out the side, out the other side with different oil, worse fuel economy, and it's not fixed.
Yeah. Well, the fix is not replace the engine no matter what. You know, the fix is inspect for damage. If there's damage, then replace the engine. If there's not damage, you put thick oil in there and you call it a day, pal. You hope for the best.
That's insane. I mean, those trucks they are so expensive, dude.
Yeah, they're not.
And about 10% of the people that buy those trucks can actually afford them.
Yeah, they're not cheap vehicles. That's for sure. We can be certain of that. So, oh boy.
Just wait till your recall notice comes, dude. That's 6.2.
Mine's a 6.0. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, yours is 6 liter. Okay, pussy.
Yeah, that pussy engine.
Moving on.
Should be fine. What about this guy?
Oh, this is my favorite story of the week.
We need to get the video.
So my man breaks. Oh,
don't do it!
Don't do it! My man breaks down in his Saab 9.3 convertible. On the is it the 10? Is that the 10 or whatever it is going through Houston? We've been on it many times.
Yeah.
Whichever interstate it is, Mom will be screaming at the television right now.
Yep. Shouts out to Mom.
Shouts out, Mom. He breaks down in his Saab 9.3 vert, And the story goes that him and his girlfriend can't afford to call a tow truck.
Clearly.
Yeah, so they thought they would have their bud drag him out of there in this. Is that a Navigator?
I think that's
Navigator
an
or
Explorer.
Expedition. It's the big one. It's either Navigator or Expedition.
Oh,
Oh my god.
some
We gotta watch it with the sound on. It's so insane, dude. This guy
shots on
got
an
such
Explorer?
a good video.
You're right. So much better with the audio. Hey, there's Buick Century.
Oh, tasty one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's so violent and chaotic.
It's so violent and so
Yeah.
dangerous.
What are you doing, stupid? Oh shit!
Oh shit!
This Buick Century is completely fearless, though. It doesn't even slow down.
Just staying in his lane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know what? It's actually.
What is going? Is he just dragging it against the transaxle there? Like,
You know what?
The
You know what?
transmission is
You know what he
completely.
You know what he needed there?
What?
The Alfa Romeo from Top Gear.
The Alfa
Well, one was-
Romeo would have been perfect.
One was front, one was backwards. So his boy could have stepped into the Alpha side and steered it right out of there.
Yeah, exactly. He could have had James May steering the rear here,
There you go.
and he
Yeah.
would have been in great shape.
See,
Well, there it
there's
is.
actually.
Whoa!
Oh, love that.
That's awesome. You've seen the Citroen two-ended fire truck, right?
The Citroen two-headed fire truck?
Yeah.
No, this will be new. I thought you said two-headed, two-ended.
This thing?
Sapeur Pompier.
The bicéphale. Two-headed.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. There's a really cool 2CV that has two engines.
Oh, the Safari.
Yeah, the four-wheel drive 2CV with.
Yeah, I think
it called
I
Safari?
think it's called Safari. Yeah, or Sahara.
Yeah. Sahara.
Yeah, twin-engine four-wheel drive.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
And
these-
then you fire both of them up. Boom, boom.
Vroom is generous for a 2CV, but yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is. There's a camel that's about to get it unstuck, I think.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing rocks. I saw that on a Johnny Smith video. That's the coolest thing ever.
The 2CV Safari just crazy enough to work.
Yeah, Sahara.
Sahara, not Safari. Sahafi. Sahafari. Okay.
Yeah, well, if only this guy on the interstate in Houston would have had one of those.
He'd have been in business.
Man, what an insane idea, dude. Like, I think it's just this display of the income gap more than anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy would rather almost die than call a tow truck.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders needs to step in here and comment on this. Where is Bernie?
We live in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. That's where we are right now.
Bernie,
This is a
you're
1%.
welcome on the pod anytime.
1% of 1% of
This
1%.
is the 1% of 1% of 1%. These guys that are towing their cars down the 10 in Houston.
99% of 99% of people cannot afford a tow
This-
truck.
This fine gentleman was risking his life. And for what? To tow his car down the 10 in Houston, backwards, risking the lives of others. While Mr. Trump orders a plane from Qatar for $400 million.
From Qatar.
Oh, shit! Dude, so fucked.
This guy rocks.
Stop!
Oh my
And this,
god.
he was caught improperly towing a sedan. Yeah, no shit.
Are you sure? That looked fine to me.
No, that looks up to code. Oh, it's the
Alright.
North Loop Freeway. Oh, it's the 12, not the 10.
The 12.
There you go.
Alright. Let's take a quick break here.
This is the Brothers Card Watch Bar. You will subscribe.
That would be amazing.
It should be Andy Melanakis in the driver's seat. Kind of
Yeah,
looks
he's
like
the
it. Fat
he's
child.
the Bugatti test driver guy, who's also like a fucking wing commander.
Alright, so we're looking at somebody that's Misha in the passenger seat, looking sick, actually. I've never seen Misha look so uncomfortable because he's used to being at the controls.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone!
Hello, everyone. All right, go to 3.5 minutes.
I love Misha, he's so awesome.
Yeah, he rocks.
Yeah. Misha, you're welcome on the pod anytime. If you're listening.
Anytime, bud.
Yep. Or if you want to invite us out to the ring to ride shotgun, we'd be happy to come out. Okay, forget the phone. He is going to throw up.
The way it gathers speed is so crazy.
I've never seen Misha look like he's going to throw up before. But it's like a
Yeah.
little video.
Out of the way, GT3 cars.
Normally it's just the exact reverse of this with, with his...
Oh, look how fast he went past that car.
I thought this thing was open, and that's the Mistral that's open-topped, isn't it?
No, this is the Bolide. This is the track-only crazy one.
Yeah. Is the Mistral street legal?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Mistral is, oh, look, there goes GT3.
Uh.
Another GT3 up here.
This
That's
is-
an RS.
This is the Nurburgring?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Out of the fucking way, GT3 RS.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Slow stack of shit.
Now I recognize the Nurburgring.
Oh, by she goes. That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So many GT3 RSs in the way. God.
Is this thing hybrid?
Oh,
Or
this
is
is
it
gonna
just-
be wild.
Or is it just the gearbox
No, it's-
whining?
It's all gearbox wine.
Wow. Man, a lot of traffic.
It's just the ultimate version of the W16, essentially. I think it's 1600 horsepower, but it weighs. I mean, it's super light. The bulk of the weight comes from the W16.
Right. And the new
It has.
tourbillon is V16, right?
Yeah, that's the hybrid one.
Yeah. The tourbillon is a hybrid?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, you know what? This is the Nurburgring Grand Prix track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, part of it seemed like the
Yeah,
Nurburgring
yeah.
I'm used to, but
No, this is the. It used to be I guess a Formula One circuit.
yeah, it was.
It should still be.
Yeah, it was until just a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of years ago, I think. You'd have to look that up, but
No, they've done it within like the last 5 years, haven't they?
I don't think so.
Oh, there's Sheriff
Unless
Brody.
they call it something else. Get out of the way. Yeah. Dude. Yeah, no, I thought they were doing the full Nordschleife on this video, but I guess not.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't. The whole tank of gas wouldn't last.
They did it in 2020.
Oh, that was. What do they call it?
The Eiffel.
The Eiffel.
Yeah.
Eiffel circuit. Yeah. And that is this circuit.
Yeah.
The Nordschleife Grand Prix track.
Yeah, the short, certainly not the full Nordschleife. Yeah.
Okay.
Little
But
short.
they haven't
Oh, there's
done
an
it-
F40 down there.
Oh, there he goes. What a boss.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah, so I think this was like a rich guy hypercar day kind of thing.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of stuff out there.
I've never seen Misha looking like he's about to puke before. Normally he's making his poor passenger look like that.
Clearly you didn't watch when he went around with the Stig and the Praga R1.
No, but I bet that would do it too.
He shut his eyes the whole time.
So, recently a Renault Sport Spider crossed on Cars and Bids. Unfortunately, it failed to sell at $30,500, which is a real
wow.
shame.
The last Renault Sport Spider was like, did it go for like 60 or something? That yellow one?
I think it was like 40, wasn't it? Oh no, 62.5. Oh my god.
Yeah. But look at that one. Look how it was presented.
Well, that seems like a lot, and this seems like a little. I would think somewhere in the middle would be a reasonable amount.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's yellow over silver. It's Subaru Baja colors.
It is Baja spec.
It's Subaru Baja specification. Which, frankly, I would rather have this one. I'm just curious why it didn't get nearly what the other one was asking. I mean, what could be different?
Right guys were there at the right time for the yellow one, and the wrong guys were there at the wrong time for this one. I don't know.
suppose so. This one also doesn't have a top or a tonneau cover. I didn't know these things had a top.
Yeah, I thought that's what a Spider is. Do they have what's it look like with the...
Oh, this trash bag? Well, there we go. That one's cool.
Ooh, that one's got a hard top.
Yeah.
With the...
It looks a lot better than that
was
one.
awesome.
This one looks
Yeah,
like
dude.
when somebody their window broke and they couldn't fix it right away, so they put a trash bag over it with duct tape.
I mean, you could have just... Yeah. The prospective buyer of this one could have just gotten a tarp.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not taking it out in the rain, really, are you? Or
No.
if you do, then look at the inside. It's like an Elise.
Right.
If it rains in there, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just leave it out.
I figured this was like a car that you only take out on nice days. Like a Ariel Atom or a Caterham or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just understood
Man.
there's no roof.
The gulf between those two prices is pretty shocking.
Staggering. It's over double.
What's happened?
I-
Well, what's the mileage difference on them? Is there
This one's only
28,000? So I mean, 28,000 is probably a lot for a Renault Sport Spider.
Right, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not a lot. What about this one?
12,000.
So half the mileage and way better pictures and
Right,
a better color.
but it's only 10,000
in my
fewer.
opinion.
That's 1 year less. It's more.
Yeah, it's not. Shouldn't be half off.
Yeah, it's more than that. There's more than that going on.
And man, that poor bastard probably went in there thinking he was gonna get 60 grand.
Yeah. Alright, but what about this
I mean,
thing?
there can't be too many of those in the U.S.
No,
Sorry to
in the U.S.
sorry,
certainly
right.
not. I mean, in the U.S. there's got to be. I mean, there's only like 200 total. So,
Yeah, they made very few of them.
Yeah, so in the U.S., I mean, there's probably like 4.
Yeah, there's none.
But what about the
Man,
Pininfarina
Italy, Pininfarina.
that designed long wheelbase 911?
I mean, what do you get for the man that has everything?
This is where I'll inject this guy.
Italy, Pininfarina.
It's designed by Pininfarina.
Italy, Pininfarina.
And it's shipped to Italy.
Then shipped to Italy. And then Dale didn't want to wear jackets. I said, Dale, we're wearing jackets.
Goes with it. Beautiful medium blue. Nice blue pocket square, blue pant. Oh, nice skinny.
I love those two old queens. They're fantastic.
Oh, the best.
Designed by Pininfarina in Italy.
Italy, Pininfarina.
Yeah, so this thing is pretty bizarre. Is this a one-off?
There weren't many, that's for sure. I'm not sure about the exact numbers. Let's see. One off. B17 2
Yeah.
plus 2 4-seater. Most 911s
You know
are
what?
4-seaters, but ooh.
The thing I find most incredible about this is how similar it looks to the first generation Panamera. I think they used it as a design inspiration.
Yeah, and when the first generation Panamera hit the market, I thought it was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
But that was before I'd seen this thing.
Yeah. But look at they both have a like humpback, and it's like, okay, the Panamera is front engine. You didn't have to do the humpback.
This thing has the sort of camback tail of like a the scarab. You remember the stout scarab? This thing.
Scarab. Oh. Yeah, of course.
I believe there was some direct design inspiration taken by Pininfarina.
Italy, Pininfarina.
I mean, can we get a profile picture of it with the first gen Panamera? Can you get two panes open there?
I can, yeah.
Oh,
First gen Panamera, stout scarab, Pininfarina.
Italy, Pininfarina.
Dude, they look strikingly similar.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Panamera was just horrific whenever it came out.
Oh, from that angle,
Yeah,
that was the worst.
I thought the Panamera was just horrific when it came out, but I don't know, I've since kind of come around to it in the intervening years.
Oh yeah, because they've gotten cheaper. You're like, wait.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
cheapness.
trust me.
The cheapness probably helps, but also like.
I'm keeping an eye on the market. Don't you worry about that.
But also, like, the Taycan has come out, and there's, all the Teslas and everything. Every car looks like this now.
They're all blobs.
Yeah, it was kind of considered a
And if
radical
anything,
design.
the newer Panameras have just gone further towards that sort of Model S looking mold, whereas this one was a bit more radical and
A little less Pininfarina.
a little less Pininfarina.
Italy, Pininfarina.
I see the Hummer Jolly. Wowzers.
So what about the Hummer Jolly, Patty?
It is a stunner. The white wheels are terrific.
Dude, everything about it is fantastic. It's yellow bed liner. It's got these fancy modern, modern Harley Davidson headlights. I mean,
Got the bi-xenons in there.
yeah, the bi-xenons. It's only got 12,000 miles on it. It's got the big diesel V8. Look at these white racing seats, as if you're gonna need that kind of, as if you're gonna need to be thrown back. I mean,
Oh, that's absolutely hysterical. They try to make a Jolly, or the Hummer into a Jolly.
I think they
You couldn't
did.
make a Jolly into a Hummer.
I think they
Yeah.
succeeded in making a Hummer Jolly.
Mhm.
And it only got $9,700 on it. I don't understand that. I mean, come on.
Oh,
This thing's worth all the
I'd
money.
have given him more than that.
Hi there, is anyone gonna reach me on this deal? The top bidder wants to make a deal. It's a real shame.
Oh, dude.
Because this thing,
Yeah, what have other like AM General Hummers gone for that haven't been jollified?
non-jolly Hummers.
Yeah.
How do I look that up? H1 Hummer? Yeah. 36, here's 13.9, here's 14 for a pickup. Sold after for almost 40.
Yeah, we only want the HMMVs.
Yeah.
Because that one is the jollified one is a full mil spec that they just spray painted.
Yeah. And then put bed liner on it.
Okay, how much did this one go for?
$8,100.
Okay.
And it's a pickup type one. I thought those were worth more, but evidently not.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's even got,
$8,100.
it even has doors in the bed. I assume this was a pickup conversion.
It may have been. Does
Yep.
it say?
I mean, it must be. It doesn't have it under modifications.
No, I think that might be. Yeah, I think there might be a
Factory.
standard.
Yeah, I thought they had
Yeah.
pickup ones, but there being doors in the bed is a little weird.
It is weird. But it would make more sense for them to just hack the back.
But still, the Jolly should be worth more.
Yeah, at least as much as the normal military one.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is so awesome.
As a rich guy beach car, like,
Yeah.
dude,
It wouldn't get any cooler.
would you rather have that or an original Jolly? Value excluded.
Well, it depends on my use case, I think. Am I taking it
Your
to go
use
down
case
to...
is, yeah, you're a rich guy taking it to the beach, just like you would
Oh,
with
to the
Jolly.
beach? To the beach, I would take I want this.
Yeah, same.
But if I'm going down to the cafes in Nice, then I want the Jolly.
The Jolly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
But a real Jolly is like 200 grand, isn't it?
Oh, I don't think so, is it?
They're really expensive.
That's crazy. I mean, there's a Zastava conversion. There's a conversion.
I'm
They're
talking
all-
about an OG.
Yeah, they're all conversions. Here's a real Fiat Jolly, 58 grand.
Oh, is that all?
Well, I mean, you say, is that all? It's a Fiat Jolly. I mean, that still seems like a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this thing's worth a lot of, like, at least 100.
There was one at Mecum last year. It may have been a conversion. But, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're like Cobras.
Yeah.
You don't know what's real and what's not.
If you see one driving around, it's a conversion. It's a fake.
Yeah.
But it seems like the conversions are worth almost as much as the McCoy. I mean, look at this conversion, 30 grand.
Yeah, that's why I'm questioning the legitimacy of that 50 grand one you found.
Yeah. That one said Fiat 600 Jolly by Gia.
By Gia.
And all the other ones say conversion.
You know what Gia did?
Make conversions.
You know, Yeah, they converted it.
So you're looking for a original Fiat Jolly.
Yeah. Well, go to the price, where it has
The
like
graph.
the wave graph up there.
Yeah. Fiat.
It's got to be a
500 Jolly.
It's got to be a high point.
There you go. Fiat 500 Jolly, 75 grand.
75 grand. All right. When was that? 2020, the height of the market.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you said that.
Oh, look at this one. The next most expensive was 70 grand, and it's barely holding together.
Yeah, the roof is a little torn up. But I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you said it like that, Pat. Height of the market, because that really leads us into the game that I prepared for you this week, which we're just about ready for. So this game is called the Shrewd Investor game.
Yes.
So the way this game works is I'm going to show you a car, and I'm going to tell you what it sold for, and then I'm going to tell you when it sold again. And what I want you to tell me is, first of all, did it make money or did it lose money between this sale and the next one? And then secondly, did it outpace inflation? And then thirdly, did it outpace the stock market in that same time frame?
Okay.
So your first car is a Euro 1999 Ferrari 355 GTS 6-speed. Can you see that on your screen now?
I can.
Okay. So what I want
my only hope is that it had a tan interior, but it doesn't.
it doesn't. It has a black interior. The critical thing is that this sold in the USA the next time, so it was naturalized between this and the next one. It was in the Netherlands when it was originally.
Oh, okay.
At the first sale.
Okay, so it was imported.
Yes. And when it sold again in the USA in March 29, 2025, it was sold in the USA with USA paperwork.
Okay.
So my first question to you is, did it make money or lose money? Did it sell for more or less?
140 grand. That's a lot for a 355, even a manual.
Yep, and we're looking at 2 years and 2 months later. I think it sold for more or less. Keep in mind it was naturalized in there, though. It's selling in the USA on the next time.
And you'd think it would be cheaper in Europe anyway. Okay, I bet it sold for more in the US.
Okay, it sold for more in the US?
Best one on earth.
Do you think it outpaced inflation in that time? Between January 23 and March 25?
If it made money in the US, then yes, I better double down on that.
And do you think it outpaced the stock market in that time? And we're basing everything on the SPY, the ETF that tracks the S&P 500 for all you stock market nerds out there.
Man, that's it's amazing. All right, fine, sure, yes.
It absolutely did. It's up 31.7% at $185,000. The stock
$185,000 for 355.
Yep, you got all three right. It went up, it outpaced the stock market, and it outpaced inflation at 7.2% in that same time period.
Man.
Yep. So very well done on the first one. Your next car.
Well, hang on. Where's the listing for that 355? That must have had no miles.
Do you want to see it on the? You want to see it second sale?
Well, just any of them. Because that's a crazy 355.
Yeah, it was a really nice one. I mean, you didn't think I chose you a shitbox, do you?
Oh, there.
It's got 30,000 miles.
30,000. Oh, was there one? And it's a GTS.
Yep.
And I guess I saw one back there that sold for 164. So I guess, man.
Yeah, but this is a better one.
Ugh.
It's left-hand drive. There's a stick. It's got 30,000 miles. It's beautiful. It was beautifully photographed and presented.
Is it the prettiest Ferrari of all time? It might be.
I don't know if it's
My
the
God.
prettiest one, but it's probably my favorite looking modern Ferrari. And I say modern meaning, you know, not more recent than the F40.
You think the F40 is objectively better look? Not a better car, better looking.
I think it's
355.
more badass looking. I don't know if it's prettier.
Yeah. No, that's prettier is what I'm going for.
Yeah, I don't know. F355 is sort of bridges the gap between pretty and badass. Whereas I think
the GTS is totally the one.
yeah, the one you would want.
Yeah.
And I think the F40 is just the coolest Ferrari ever. But you know, the F355 is sort of the one that I would say maybe you
F50's
could.
up there.
I don't think the F50 looks all that cool. I think it.
Well,
It is-
well, if we're just talking purely on looks.
You're right. If we're talking about the actual, you know, performance and the way it's built and everything, the F50 is the greatest one ever.
The nuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
the actual
Didn't
Formula
mean to-
One motor and yeah, built into the chassis of the car and all that. Yeah, you got yada yada yada.
Didn't mean to sidetrack the game. Wow.
you're
okay.
good. So the next is a 1973 Porsche 911T Coupe.
Okay. 911T.
Yeah, sold for $82,000 in September of 2022. What I want to know is what it sold for in March of 2025. So about 2.5 years later. Did it sell for more or less? Did it outpace inflation?
I know way less about old 911s.
Yeah.
But I know a 73T is pretty special. I can't see that car going down. So I bet it sold for more.
So it sold for more. Did it outpace
Yeah.
inflation? And did it outpace the stock market in that same time frame?
I would see it as being a bit more stable. So I'm gonna say yes on inflation and no on the stock market.
Yes on inflation and no on the stock market. It went up
Yeah.
3.7%. So that's no on inflation and no on the stock market. But it did go up.
Okay.
Yep.
So I got 1 out of 3.
You get 1 out of 3 on that one. So not bad. So far.
46.8% on the. Yeah, that was wild inflation, I guess.
Yeah, well, the stock market inflation was only 7.8%, but the stock market was coming out of the COVID slump right there and really was on a ripper.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that if it's going between 2022 and 2025. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Time frames.
Yeah, you got to think about that as
It's-
well.
It's wild that the 355 beat them all. I mean, that was a shot in the dark.
Next up, we got an Alfa Romeo 1750 Berlina 2.0 liter, sold for $37,000 in December of 2023, and then it sold again in April of 2024. First of all, do you think it went up or down? Remember, that's only about 4 months between the two, 4.5 months.
Okay.
So this car changed hands pretty quickly.
And this is an old Alpha. It's not like an old 911 or 355. I don't think there's a super steady market for any of this.
Right. This is going to be based on
Who was there at the time bidding?
and who, and you know, do people have
So
money
based,
to spend on dumb shit? It's not a blue chip car.
based on the fact that I said the other two went up, I'll say this one went down by a bit.
Down by a bit. So then, are you also saying down relative to stock market and inflation?
Yeah, I'll go down on all of them.
It actually went up 3.3%. It did also outpace inflation at 2.2%, but it did not get the stock market at 11.3. So you get 1 point for that.
So it sold for a little bit more a few months later.
It sold for 3.3% more. It outpaced inflation, but it did not outpace the stock market. So we'll give you 1 point for the stock market.
Okay. So
What
total dice roll that one. Oh, an SV.
This is an SV, and pay attention to the time frames here, because this one sold for $203,000 in 2020. So this is an old listing here.
October of 20.
Yeah, and it just sold again this month, 5/8/25.
Ooh. Well, despite the wackiness of the COVID market, these have definitely gone to the moon since then.
Yep.
I mean, I would say it outpaced everything and sold for more, made you more money. If you bought it for 200 grand in 2020, you've made a lot of money.
You're going up on all three.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. 289,000, so it was up 29.7%. So it did outpace inflation, but it did not match the stock market, up 62.7% since then.
Ugh.
So that'll be
Fuckers.
That'll be 2 out of 3 on that one.
I still would take the Diablo SV. Fuck
Well,
the stock market.
I mean, the nice part about owning stock versus owning a Diablo is you get to drive a V12 stick shift Lamborghini from one of them, and owning.
And
stock
if you look
is-
at the stock market now,
well, if you look here, I mean, it is to now.
oh that is now.
It is now. But one of them you get to drive a V12 Lambo on.
Okay, tomorrow after Trump announces tariffs again.
Yeah, after the tariffs come back, we'll revisit this game. All right, so this is a 6,000 mile E46.
No.
It was sold originally.
Tasty one.
Yeah, it sold originally in August of 2023. Sold again this month. Still has 6,000 miles on it, just in case you were wondering.
Mhm.
It sold for $65,500 back in August of 2023. A lot of money for an E46.
A lot of money for an E46.
What do you think it's done now? Nearly 2 years later.
2 years later. What happened to it in the last 2 years?
Well, it hasn't been driven much. It's still got 6,000 miles on it. If it had been T-boned or something, I would let you know.
I would say it sold for a little bit more,
A little
but
bit
that
more.
it has not outpaced the stock market, and now you got to calculate inflation. It has outpaced inflation.
Better than inflation, not as good as the stock market, you're saying.
Yeah, they made a bit of money.
It's up 14.5%. It has outpaced inflation. It has not outpaced the stock market. That's 3 out of 3.
Boom.
Great job. Up next, we got a 1988
Also
Mercury.
75. So it was up. It was 10 grand more.
Yeah. It made, well, no, it was like, 65.5. So yeah, 9,500 more. Up 14.5%. Again,
Yeah,
like I said,
interesting. Okay.
same mileage. So up next, we got
Yeah.
1988 Mercury X4 Ti. It sold for $14,000 in 2021.
$14,000 Mercury?
Yeah.
Must be the best one on earth. I mean, it does look like a peach.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. And when it resold, it was only November of 2022, so this is not as recent of a sale as the other ones.
Okay, so it was a year and a few months
A
later.
few months later, yeah.
Man, that just seems like a lot for even the nicest XR4 Ti on earth.
Yeah. 14 grand should get you, I would think, 3 or 4 Mercury X4
That's
Ti.
the best. That's the best one ever.
Yeah.
So I bet it sold for less, and then it did not outpace either.
It sold for a lot less, down 52.8% for $6,600.
Yeah.
Now, the stock market was also down, but not by down nearly as much. And CPI was down up by 8.8%, but, you know, obviously down 52.8. So, yeah, that's another 3-point score for Patty.
Let's go.
Very well done. All right, we got two more.
I knew that was a fucking ridiculous price for
it's a lot of money.
Some guy was crying. Dude, he's like, it's time to let it go.
Yeah.
I'll probably make 20 out of it.
Probably just make a few grand and it'd be fine.
If only that Camisa video had come out before he sold it.
Notice it did sell, though. He didn't sell it with reserve.
No, he knew. He was ready to let it go.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done with it. I don't care if I take a bath to the tune of $8,000. What about the Lane Motor Museum's R5 Turbo 2? It sold on...
the one owned by the Lane Motor Museum, the greatest museum of all time.
The greatest museum of all time, Nashville's own. Sold in March of 2023 and sold again in December of 2023. So we're only talking about an 8-month difference here.
160 grand.
160 grand, but remember,
wowzers.
This is a nice one. This is literally a museum example.
Yeah.
Yep.
A Lane Motor Museum example, though. They'll buy whatever.
That's true. The Lane's got some wacky stuff in it.
They got shit with propellers hanging out of the front of it, and
so good investment or bad investment?
I mean, in that 9 months at 160 grand, I bet it sold for less the next time.
Less. So you're also saying less on inflation and stock market?
Yes.
You got it right. Down 18.8%, and the stock and the inflation were both up. So that's another 3 out of 3 for Patty Wacket. Kicking ass.
Yeah, that one got a crazy Lane Motor Museum price on the sale.
Yeah, I got the Lane bump.
What did it sell for the next time? I went down 20%, so
130.
Oh, 130.
Yep.
Still, wow, that's a lot.
A lot of money, but yeah.
But what a cool car. I mean, find another one, I guess.
Yeah, find another one that nice. I'm sure that one's crazy low miles and the paint looks beautiful on it and everything. I think most of these got rode hard and put away wet, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, imagine the guys that bought those in period.
Yeah, right.
Some of the fine cigarettes were smoked in there.
Mustachioed gentlemen.
Oh, so cool.
What
Okay, we got a slant nose.
We got an 88 911 Turbo Cabriolet M505 slant nose. Sold for $140K in July of 2021. What I want to know is, did it go for more or less in April of 2025? This is a recent one.
So a 930 Turbo slant nose cab.
Slant nose cab is on Fuchs.
On some fucks.
Yeah, on some fucks. It's got a fucking T-tray in the back.
Yeah. With the shitty roof. Yeah, this is a tricky one because I don't think this is a particularly desirable example of this car. So I don't...
It is to me, but yeah, to Porsche guys, it's not really.
Yeah, it's not a super cut and dry one like the last few. I bet it sold for a little bit less. And as such, it also would have been outpaced by the market.
And inflation.
Yeah.
So you're saying less.
Yeah.
It was actually
a lose.
Up 25.7%. Sold for 176.
No.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Which means that it outpaced the market and it outpaced inflation. But I'll tell you what, Patty, despite ending on a sour note like that one, an offer, I mean, you really did quite well on that game, I think.
Yeah, I think I racked up some good points.
I'll put the scores up here under my voiceover right now, but yeah, I think you did. I think you did quite well on that game. All right, Patty's doing class act cars, and we don't want to do it for 800 because you know, you're getting these in order.
Give me the
Ape tit.
give me the ape tit thing.
So for
It
$200,
looks like it has the answer there for me there, bud. Carmen Gia. Let me guess.
Is that what you want to guess for that, Carmen Gia? Because it's not.
I can see it, dude. It's in like pink. I can see the answer.
No, that's not the answer.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the question before you give me the answer?
Yes.
Okay, so Wilhelm Carmen used the chassis and the engine of this company's utilitarian Bug for its much more stylish Carmen Gia.
Oh, Volkswagen.
Yes, Volkswagen. Are you sure you don't want to guess Carmen Gia?
Well, Carmen Gia is in like pink down there. I thought.
Yeah, I think
that
that's.
threw me off.
I don't know what the.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, of
oh,
course.
it's like it's a link.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a link. Yeah.
I was like, I'm not insane, right? Okay.
So you're gonna get this one too. The XK in the name of this British maker's famed XKE refers to its engine, the 11th in the X series.
Okay. Well, it's Jaguar.
Yeah.
I was hoping they didn't want me to say what. Oh, well, I guess XK are those. Doesn't matter. Got
Jaguar is the answer. Yeah.
it.
After Peugeot complained it had patented a 3-digit model number, Porsche added 10 to get this now classic model. Wow.
Is it the 911?
This is such bullshit. Yeah, the 911.
They wanted to make the 910.
Road and Track called this Chevy Classic America's sports car.
Ain't the Chevrolet Corvette, is it?
I think it
Can't
just
be.
might be. Yeah, Corvette. The takeoff-ready tail fins from a 59 Classic from this maker are seen here. And
I don't need to see them here. It's Cadillac.
Cadillac. Yeah. So there you go. That's a
I like that category.
Yeah, that's a royal flush for Patty. Alright, cars by the number. It follows Rav and precedes Forerunner in the names of Toyota models. A little spoiler there, I'm talking about 4.
You couldn't even read the clue without saying it.
I couldn't even read the clue without doing it. It makes A4, A5, A6, A7. I'm seeing a pattern here. This is going to be Audi. Yep.
Yeah.
The 2005 Chevy Corvette C6, I wouldn't know anything about this model, introduced a new GM engine with the capacity of 6.0 of these metric units. It's liters.
No, it's gallons.
It's actually the all-aluminum LS2 they're talking about here. Liters.
That was a 6-gallon.
Yeah. This company has made 7 generations of its 3 Series. It's BMW, including 335, 330 sedan. Yeah, BMW. I'm thinking this may be a little too easy for us, Patty.
Yeah. I feel like they were a little trickier last week.
They were. They had the Hudson Hawk. They tripped me up on the question from Bruce Willis.
I remember this one, but I don't think I got this one.
No, actually,
Oldsmobile called a classic muscle car the 442 because it had 4-wheel carburetor, 4-speed, and
yeah,
and 4-speed this.
Yeah, 4-speed
Oh, well.
this. What could be a 4-speed? Yeah, it was phrased differently on yours, but it was the same answer. They were looking for 442 on yours, but yes, it's
okay.
Transmission, of course. Yeah, so we've both got them all. We need to make sure we're doing a daily double category next time, because that was way too easy for both of us. Okay, let's find a daily double one here. Flying cars? Now we're talking. Alright. Do you want this one or should I take it, Patty?
I'll go first.
Okay, Patty, you'll go first on this one. This is double Jeopardy round. Flying cars starts with a question about the Lamborghini Aventador. So you're gonna love that. Lamborghini's,
really?
Yep, Lamborghini's Aventador was inspired by the F-22 Raptor. This kind of fighter designed to evade detection.
Stealth fighter.
A stealth fighter, very nice. On we go to the second one.
Interesting perspective to the question there, though.
The U.S. Air Force Show Squadron rolled off the assembly line in 1953. The popular Fords a year later.
The Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbird, very nice. GM added "le" to the name of the F-86 fighter to get the name of this Buick model.
Le Sabre.
Oh, very nice, yes, Le Sabre.
Le Sabre.
Le Sabre. So to Dodge, it's a minivan. To Cessna, it's a turboprop. In the desert, it's a group of travelers.
A caravan.
Caravan, beautiful. Giovanni Michelotti designed the Spitfire. Michelotti, excuse me. Designed the Spitfire, a real winner in the 60s for this British car brand.
Triumph.
Triumph. Beautifully done. Yep. Yeah, see, these are way too damn easy.
Yeah.
We're acing
I mean,
all
not
of
as easy, but
not as easy,
yeah.
but still pretty easy.
Still pretty gettable.
Yeah. Let's see.
I got a lot of points now.
Let's find a 2000 cars one. There's flying cars. We already did that one. Vintage cars with pedigrees. That's a double Jeopardy category. So this will be for me. Vintage cars with pedigrees. Kelly of the Clue Crew presents from the Nethercut collection. This thing here.
Ooh, I know about the Nethercut collection.
Yeah. Just as the Great Depression hit, Cadillac unveiled its luxurious V16. One of the first ordered was the beauty by this famed director of the biblical epics like the Ten Commandments. Cecil B. DeMille? Yes.
Wow.
The Nethercut collection. The Nethercut's 1928 Pierce Arrow was bedecked with flowers to carry the Grand Marshal of the 2010 Rose Parade. This heroic airline pilot who fit the parade's theme a cut above the rest. Oh boy. Bedecked with flowers to carry the Grand Marshal of the 2010 Rose Parade. This heroic airline pilot who fit the parade's theme a cut above the rest.
See, this is just Jeopardy now. This is not fair.
Yeah.
Compared to my category.
Yeah. This doesn't seem...
Honda made this car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mine. Just because the Nethercut brought out their V16 Cadillac doesn't. I mean, it's.
So I'm gonna guess this is Sully Sullenberger. Yeah, okay, Sully Sullenberger. Thank God. Andrew's guessed Lindbergh.
It says. Oh, it is. It is Sully Sullenberger.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Wow.
It
God damn.
It wasn't anything about the 28 Arrow. It was about the 2010 Rose Parade. And he's the only...
the 2010 Rose Parade.
Yeah. He's the only heroic airline pilot I know. Okay, a skilled mechanic who liked to work on his own cars. This silent film star of The Shake was at the height of his career when he bought this 1923 Voisin, whose Cobra Hood ornament was a gift from Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. Okay, so this is probably Rudolph Valentino as the only... I think he was in The Shake. Rudolph Valentino. Triple stumper on that one.
Wow.
Alright, nailed it. Okay, 1600.
No, I had no. The only silent film star I know is Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, Rudolph Valentino was very dashing. Okay, the 1930 DuPont Model G town car, personally restored by J.B. Nethercut. over 18 months was featured in the 1982 film Annie as the car of this wealthy character. So it's got to be Daddy Warbucks then.
You know who we're talking about.
Yeah, that's Daddy Warbucks.
Got that one.
Yeah.
Redeemed all my...
So to complete the sweep. Oh boy. Exhibited at the 1933 Chicago World's Fair, where it was the hit of the show, the SJ, a model of this car, was nicknamed the 20 grand.
Oh, come on.
For its asking price, making it a real doozy.
Oh, that's a joke, Jeopardy. You're going to say a real doozy at the end?
Yeah, really, frankly, I needed that. So I'm going to guess that it's Duesenberg. I hope they're not asking for more than that. Unless it's Duesenberg SJ.
Yeah, or Model J.
Yeah, Duesenberg. Okay. Phew. Yeah, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I needed the clue.
Oh, really? The doozy.
Yeah, I needed the clue. The clue helped a lot.
SJ gave it to me for sure. But
yeah. I got Rudolph Valentino, no problem, and Cecil B. DeMille.
Rudolph Valentino was good. You deserve every single point for that. And that's fucking crazy.
But the doozy I needed help on. Okay, well, we both got all of our questions.
We're still tied.
I'm not sure how to settle that then. Well, I guess we say that we both nailed it.
We could settle it over a round of golf after this.
All right, let's do that. Let's leave it there for the week. Both of us on pure both of it on pure excellence.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's agreement to call it square.
Yeah. Until next week, guys. I'm Austin.
And the celebration of week 13.
Yeah.
I've been Patrick.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening. Bye, guys.
Good night.
Brothers Con Watch Pod. Like, subscribe,